YouTube viewers, welcome back. Felon with Firearms. Before we get into this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and get this information around so the rest of us can be in a better position in our lives. And today we're here to tackle. Correct me if I'm saying it wrong, but today we are here to tackle Arkansas. Is it Arkansas or is it Arkansas? Either who, but that's what we're here for today. And that we are going to get the initial information out of this book, Felon Gun Rights Restoration. You can get this book off YouTube. I'm not YouTube. You can definitely get it off here, but you can get it off Amazon, or either you can get it off the link in the description. All right, Arkansas. Firearm rights lost upon felony conviction, regained through expungement or pardon, or through gubernatorial restoration for offenses not involving weapons. That's Arkansas Code 5-73-103. It says your voter rights automatically. Your voter rights are automatically restored. Other rights by pardon. Arkansas. Firearms. No person convicted or adjudicated guilty of a felony, included suspended sentence on probation, may possess or own a firearm unless 1. The person's conviction is dismissed and sealed or expunged under Arkansas Code 1693-301. 2. The person is granted a pardon, expressly restoring the ability to possess a firearm. Or 3. The governor restores firearm rights based on the recommendation of the chief law enforcement officer in the person's residence to restore the ability to possess a firearm. So there are 3 ways that you can have your rights restored. Like I said, either 1, have the charge dismissed or sealed. 2, be granted a pardon. Or 3, the governor can restore your rights based on the recommendation of chief of law enforcement. Let's go down. There's a separate law prohibiting possession of concealed handguns. See Arkansas Code 5-73-309. If the person is granted a pardon expressly restoring such right, if the person's pre-1995 conviction was sealed or expunged, or if the person's post-1995 convictions was dismissed or sealed. Alright, let's go down to pardon policies and practice. The governor has full clemency authority except in cases of treason or impeachment, under such rules and regulations as shall be prescribed by law. Constitutes Article. By statute, all applications for clemency shall be referred to the Parole Board for investigation. Arkansas Code 1693-204. The Parole Board shall thereupon investigate each case and shall submit to the governor its recommendation. So we need to, in order to get this process started, we need to get in contact with the Parole Board. While the governor is thus required to seek the non-binding advice of the Parole Board, his own power does not depend on receiving a favorable recommendation. Under the Constitution, governor must report to legislature on all grants and give reason. Administration, Parole Board, who they consist of, the eligibility. Only people with state offenses are eligible for a governor's pardon, but there is no waiting period for in-state convictions. So if you in-state and you have completed terms of supervision, probation, things of that nature, then you should go ahead and you paid your restitutions and fines and all that. As soon as you finish with that, go ahead and put this application in. Alright. The pardon, the effects. Pardon restores jury eligibility, but not right to hold public office, which may be restored only by sealing or expungement. See Part 1. Pardon removes conviction-related barriers to licensing and employment. Under state habitual offender statute, a pardon conviction cannot be used to enhance a later sentence. Sealing follows automatically upon receipt of pardon for all but few serious offenses. The governor shall notify the court upon issuing a pardon, and the court shall issue an order sealing the record of the conviction of the person's pardon. Exceptions where a victim under 18 sex offenses and where death or serious physical injury results. Pardon must specifically restore firearm privileges. The governor may also restore firearm rights separately. Alrighty then, let's go on over here to, we said the parole board. Let's get in contact with the parole board and see what they got for us first. Here we go, parole board. Let me go back over here, hit this link, boom. There we go. Parole board. And they butted up mission. But anywho, scroll down. Executive Clemency. Under the Arkansas Statute 16-93204, the parole board has the authority to assist the governor in exercising his authority on granting reprisals, communications, and pardons, and shall perform such other services as may be required by the governor in exercising his powers of executive clemency. Executive clemency recommendations and some contact information. Matter of fact, let me put that on my notes for y'all. See what these recommendations are. Past recommendations. I don't know if this pardon recommendations, 1822. Oh, this just giving you the history of the recommendations for pardon. Oh, pardon without firearm rights restored. Okay, so this is just telling you a list of people who actually been pardoned. And whether they had the firearm rights or not restored. Restoration of firearms only. Delivery of controlled substance, crack cocaine. So, January 18th, 2020. This just passed. Somebody just got their gun rights back. Cool. But that's just a little information for y'all. Then you got these others who've been pardoned without firearm rights. 2 people. Yeah, he is sex offender. Yeah. But anywho. But here's all the people, who've been pardoned. You know what I'm saying? All of them didn't apply for their gun rights. But this is just letting you know, what I'm saying, that people have been successfully getting pardoned. So don't feel discouraged. So let's go to this application. Pardon application. Pardon information and application. Here we go. The application for a pardon does not guarantee that a pardon will be granted. An applicant for pardon should understand the process is lengthy. Incorrect information. Incorrect information will be grounds to return your application. Let's see. Here's the pardon board. Return all applications to. Let me get that for y'all. I'm trying to make the description of the videos as pleasant as possible for you guys. Alright. Pardon application. So of course, you know, they want your initial personal information, date of birth, social address, phone number, social security number, etc. Then they don't want to know your options. I am requesting the following options. Only check 1. Pardon with firearm rights restored is option 1. Pardon without firearm rights restored is option 2. Option 3 is restoration of firearms only. Crime must be 8 years old with no weapons. You see that? Option 3, restoration of firearms only. Your crime must be 8 years old with no weapons involved. Here's your checklist of applicants' use. For the first time, notarize letters of recommendation, and then they give you a list of people who they suggested from, family, friends, minister, employers, reputable people in the community. So, like, anybody you may do community service with, if you have friends in the military, friends of the security officers, if you have any friends or resources, that deals with the Second Amendment, who know you, anybody, security guard, firearm instructor, things of that nature, people of that nature, it would be behooving if you can get them to get you a letter of recommendation as well. And then your letter of personal plea, what's your reasoning for? You got to give information about all your crimes, were there victims to your crime, how was it, their information and details. And then you just got to go, explain the crimes a little bit. Are you a sex offender? You must submit the most recent assessment with this application. List all other crimes not listed before, even state crimes, traffic violations, misdemeanors that you do not wish to be considered for the pardon. So they want everything. So please give them everything. Your personal background, your marital status, kids, are you ex-military, what type of discharge, educational background, your employment background, and your certificate to obtain information, because they too are going to do their research on your case. But that's the only way to go. This page is required in addition to applying for firearm. This page is required in addition to the application if applying for restoration of firearm only. Option 3 on page 1. This page is not required if applying for a pardon. Recommendation of Chief Law Enforcement Officer in County of Residence I blank. And basically, you could go to the police station and get one of the sheriffs, the chiefs, to sign off on this document. But with that being said, Arkansas, Arkansas, however you'd love to pronounce your wonderful state, this is you guys' process. And I'm going to do my best to make the descriptions as detailed as possible so you can, click through, get to where you need to go, whatever the case may be. But y'all do me a favor. Share this with a friend and tell them to share this with a friend. Get this information out there because you all need it, And the best thing to do is to spread the information, because you keeping it to yourself ain't going to help society. Society is a much beautiful place with guns, especially legal guns. We are the people who are less likely to commit criminal offenses, those who are legal firearm owners. So, till the next episode, Big Felon checking out. Y'all get to it.